Hello everyone! We should be streaming now. I'm just checking my channel to confirm that we're streaming. There we are. I see the video. Hooray! I'm just sending it to my Discord, the secret Discord. That's just for posting links. Alright, and I have a cat nuzzling my microphone, which surely will not result in any weird audio whatsoever. Go on through, baby. Yeah, go on through. Okay, you don't need to stand on the computer itself. Hey, Cass! How you doing? I'm doing good. It's a Tuesday, but I got some sleep, which wasn't the case on Sunday night. I got some sleep on Monday night, so you know I can't complain about that. Yeah. Excited to play some more game. I see a couple of people watching, so I'm gonna go ahead and get started. If it'll let me continue, probably from the previous one. Sleep is important. I think that we sometimes underestimate how much you feel like roadkill the day that after you have not gotten enough sleep. I'm going to start episode 3. Previously on The Last Door. As a necessary step to understanding the mysterious disappearance of Dr. Wakefield's patient Jeremiah Devitt, the doctor and his colleague Johann Kaufmann visited the manor of Professor Wright. Years before, Wright had been Kaufmann's mentor in the occult, but since then had been afflicted with a mental condition and could remember nothing. They discovered that Wright's research had been funded by the Playwright, the secret organization led by Alexandre Dupre. While Kaufmann lay in bed due to a sudden illness, Wakefield followed the clues left by the eccentric Professor Wright, leading to the darkness of an underground labyrinth. There was something waiting down there, alive, but imprisoned in the cave. In the deepest chamber of the tunnel, Wakefield met the dreadful result of Professor Wright's final experiment, which had been an attempt to cross the last door using fear as the key. For 3 days you must wait. Alone amongst these dead stones. Only then will you be ready. To complete your journey, Mr. Ashdown. So that confirms that the horrible arm-covered monster piano man was in fact Hugo Ashford, who was one of your friends at school, or rather one of Devitt's friends at school, since we're currently playing as Wakefield. How's the audio levels? The desktop audio is looking louder than it had been previously. Can you hear me over it, I guess would be the concern. I just put it down a little, but I don't know if I put it down enough. Okay, yay! Yay, I'm really glad. I have a microphone sitting even closer than usual because the audio is being kind of weird today. I think I can remember. Hi, Diane! It's terrible screech. But it was not that of an animal. There was something human in it. A desperate cry for forgiveness? They found me on the beach unconscious, clutching the piece of wood that had saved me from drowning. When at last I awoke, the letter was waiting on my table. Lieber Wakefield, I write this letter in the last moments of lucidity. I have not received word from you since I regained consciousness, but I am confident that you will soon return with information that is crucial to our investigation. The bravery that you demonstrated in the face of these latest discoveries is worthy of my most sincere admiration. I must now ask you for yet more courage. The doctors were unable to determine the cause of my sudden illness, nor have they found a cure. I have not much time left. My greatest regret is that I must abandon you to the difficult tasks that lie ahead. I implore you to persevere now that we are so close to finding an answer. The professor's documents were filled with references to a place of dark legend, the Crone Maiden, an ancient sanctuary on the island of Isles Moor. The exact location of the Crone Maiden has been lost, but the professor believes that its secrets may explain why his experiments met with such disastrous results. You must find this place, mein Freund. I do not need to remind you that to exercise the utmost discretion, I have complete trust in you. Always your friend, Johann Kaufmann. I thought it was going to go through automatically like it had been so far. With Kaufmann gone, I found myself lost, my life suddenly devoid of meaning. It was as though my friend had written a letter to a person who no longer existed. Weeks passed, maybe months. I did not count the time, but the day came when I realized there was no other option. To honor my friend's memory, I had to keep looking. I had to find Jeremiah Devitt. Wherever he was. Yeah, Devitt, Jeremiah Devitt, our protagonist of episodes 1 through 4 of season 1, went missing at the end of it, and we are currently playing as his psychiatrist, Wakefield, who is trying to find him. I can see the island in the distance, Isles Moor. Season 2, Episode 3, The Reunion. And here we are, the island of Isles Moor. Thank you very much. Isles Moor. According to Kaufman's letter, the legendary crone maiden can be found here. As Kaufman emphasized, I must exercise discretion. For all I know, the playwright is watching. When will you be back? Tomorrow at first light, probably. I'll be delivering supplies in the mail. I will see you then. As you wish, Dr. Wakefield. Good evening. Visiting. I hope you enjoy your stay. Good evening. My name is Wakefield. I have just arrived on the island. You ought to speak with Lord Donnan, then. I beg your pardon. Lord Donnan, you should see him. Good evening. Welcome to Isles Moor. All right, that's all anyone has to say. Let me... Excuse me. A visitor! Visitors are most welcome in Isles Moor. Yes, they are. Normal things to say to somebody, right? A sign reads the wisdom of silence. We can go in there, but I'm just looking around first. An abandoned wheel, a particular cog is attached to it. Based on the cog's workmanship, it looks like it was part of a complex industrial mechanism, but someone has tried to fit it crudely onto that broken bicycle wheel. How on earth did it come to be in a village like this? So normal is basically my catchphrase when playing this. Excuse me, are you Mr. Wakefield? I am. I've a message from Lord Donnan. Lord Donnan. To our most recent visitor, Mr. Wakefield, it is customary in Isles Moor to welcome strangers with hospitality. I should be honored if you would accept this invitation to join me at my manor for dinner and amiable conversation. Your new friend, Lord Donnan. All right, well, looks like we're going to go to dinner with the local lord. Well, Dr. Wakefield, you are here on holiday, then? Yes, indeed. I've come to enjoy a rest, somewhere far from the stresses of city life. I see. Well, if it's distractions you've come looking for, you've chosen the right time of year for it. These days we celebrate a very special tradition of our kin, something unique. We call it the Festival of Reunion. Fascinating. May I ask, what does it entail? According to tradition, for the next 3 nights, the spirits of reunion leave the confines of the other side and roam the hills of Isles Moor. We wear costumes and masks so that the spirits will not recognize us and make us the targets of their mischief. Certain rites take place too. But I should not bore you with the details. You shall have occasion to see for yourself. I'm just looking at the stuff, but I don't read all the text in it, or I would lose my voice very quickly. Do these panels on the wall represent a classical theme? I cannot seem to place it. They are the panels of the first king of Islas Moor. In the days of the Druids, we worshipped the great god Luch, and our kings did right by those beliefs. Well, I cannot help noticing this remarkable mosaic. It looks authentic. Yes, it is. Although some historians may disagree, we believe that this manor was built atop an ancient Roman villa. In our traditions, the double serpent represents a sentinel that protects us from the terrible threat hidden within itself. The statue is remarkable. May I ask what it represents? It is Ludlam Hada, a hero and high king of our myths. I'm mispronouncing a lot of Irish words, and I'm really sorry for it. You seem to be knowledgeable about Islas Moor's folklore. I should very much like to learn about... Oh, sorry, I'm doing the wrong accent now. You seem to be knowledgeable about Islas Moor's folklore. I should very much like to learn about the island's history in more detail. It is true that we in Islas Moor cleave to the ancient traditions. We haven't lost touch like some of those on the mainland. But I am no expert. If you are really interested, you should talk to Miss Foster. Please forgive my indiscretion, but do you consider yourself a religious man, Dr. Wakefield? There's no incorrect answer to this, but I believe that answering yes opens a possible secret later. Yes, I do. You seem so certain. May I ask why? I consider myself to be a man of science, but some phenomena can only be explained by the existence of an unmoved mover. I see. Let us take a walk by the lake. From there we can see the beauty of the island as we talk and be the better for it. The marsh in this valley is, for simpletons, a wellspring of frightful tales. The educated among us enjoy the tales as little more than distractions, knowing us safe from those visions. We know those stories to be nothing but superstition. But how can we be so sure that in the dense mist that emanates from the stagnant water we may not find passages to other worlds? What if the wails that drift from the reeds in the darkest of nights are the songs of those from our worst nightmares? Many of the gods that men worship for millennia now lie buried in the common grave of oblivion. In Islas Moor, we keep our traditions alive. Oh, they change just as the times do, but they always keep their essence. These are our roots, Doctor. I must now take my leave, as my presence is required to start the rites of reunion. Feel free to continue your walk on your own. The village can be found just beyond those hills. As I mentioned earlier, you may wish to speak with Miss Foster. She is something of a resident expert on Islas Moor history. She can often be found working late at the school, the building right across from the quay. It has been a pleasure meeting you. Farewell, Dr. Wakefield. It's been a pleasure, Lord Donan. So mineral oil, remember that that's here. Doesn't look like I can go anywhere from here to the left. Odd, because I thought I could. Maybe I'm just misremembering. Don't worry about this. Excuse me. Hello, my name is Wakefield. Hi. What are you drawing on the ground? It's a symbol, not a drawing. A symbol? What does it mean? It's the final truth that'll protect us from the marsh dwellers, but we're not allowed to say its name out loud. The marsh dwellers? Who are they? They're scary. My Aunt Kathleen says they were really bad people. You'd never see them, but you'd hear them in the reeds. They try to take you in there with them. That's why we can't come here alone. We always have to take someone with us. I don't think there's anything else to say with these kids. These very tall kids. Big scary hole. I think there's a mystery I can find here if I click it repeatedly. Yeah, weird hole sounds. That was the mystery, by the way. Love some weird hole sounds. This place appears to be the remnants of an ancient temple to some unknown deity. Well, it's unknown to you, Wakefield. Does kids know anything about it? Nope. They do not. Inside, a candle provides dim light. I can make out a statue of a hooded man. I can also hear someone whispering. No, I can't die yet. Not without knowledge. Is it so terribly unthinkable to truly understand the gods? How can we live only on faith? No, shut up. Knowledge is what I pursue, not faith nor assumptions. No, no man can face death believing there is nothing on the other side. Yes, yes, you are right. Now I understand. Anyways, you can only get that if you look for the very first time, I believe. If you come back here later, you don't get any text there. In the middle of the graveyard stands an old alder tree, which the locals call a firnog. Many lanterns hang from it. I do not know for what purpose. Also, there's a bunch of people in masks hanging around it. Were we going to address that at all? Normal. I believe they are burying mirrors in a hole in the ground. What a peculiar tradition. This is Lord Donnan. Because he's conducting the rites like he said he was going to. unlatching that before I go on. Here's the school. First, let's search the trash. It's a child's drawing. There seems to be a village, a lake, and some sort of creature. Good evening. To what do I owe the pleasure? I am a busy woman, as you can see. My name is Dr. Wakefield. I have come to Isles Moor to rest for a while. Lord Dunnan said I might find you here. Have you met Lord Dunnan? It's been so long since I've seen him here in the village. I hope he is well. I don't know how to say the Irish here, even though I know it's a very common phrase of welcome. Dr. Wakefield, welcome to Isles Moor. So you have not seen Lord Dunnan lately? As far as I know, no one has seen him since... Well, it's been a few weeks. Now that the festival has started, maybe he'll be motivated to join us in the village. Did something happen a few weeks ago? Oh, sure, it was truly terrible. Kieran, his only child, disappeared without a trace. He went off to play in the hills and just vanished. No one has seen him since. Good Lord, and you say he hasn't been found yet? How's that possible? We all searched the island, but he was nowhere to be found. What can you tell me about Kieran's disappearance? Just that he was a restless child who loved exploring deserted areas. You might learn more from his classmates. His desk was in the back corner. What can you tell me about this curious festival? Well, it takes place when the constellation Reunion is visible in the sky. On those nights, dark things and spirits ride the winds that travel across the hills. As you may have already seen, at sunset the villagers don masks. They do this so that the spirits will not know them or carry them away to the depths of their underground caves. There was a group of masked people at the graveyard. Was that part of the festival? Yes, that was one of the first rites of reunion, a very important one. As I said, people dress up to protect themselves from those that will come. But this is not enough. Since the mirrors they have looked into while changing know their identities, they bury them next to the old Fyrnog. The roots of this tree grow in both worlds at the same time, so they keep the witness mirrors safe. Lord Donnan said that you were an expert on the island's folklore. He said that, did he? Well, I wouldn't call myself an expert now, but I've lived here in Islasmore longer than most, and I've heard my fair share of stories about the other side and its people. Might I ask you a question, Miss Foster? Yes, of course. Do you know the meaning of the word Kronmeeden? Yes, it's a very unusual word, very much indeed. The Kronmeeden is the sanctuary of the Crooked One. It is a cursed place, the dwelling of the devil. I recall it from the tales that I heard as a child. Of course, our elders only made up those tales to scare us and protect us from harm. Would you tell me the story of the Kronmeeden? All right. There's a hole in the ground up in the hills, not too far from the village, a hole so dark and deep you'd not see the end. Folks around here believe that there lies an old serpent at its depths, ravenous for flesh, the Crooked One. Long ago, our ancestors threw livestock into the pit in the hopes of placating the Crooked One's hunger. Though that tradition has not been practiced for some time, so perhaps it would be best if you did not approach the hole. It is said that the last heir of the Ladesend once defied the Crooked One by approaching the rim with an iron amulet in her hand. It is general knowledge that beings from the other side detest iron, so the cursing and the shouting of the young Ladesend received no immediate answer. But a few nights later, the Ladesend house was consumed in a horrific blaze, putting an end to the old family. I must leave now. It's been a pleasure. The pleasure was mine. Enjoy your time on Islasmore. Can I show her the drawing? I found this picture. Was it made by one of your students? Yes, this was painted by poor Kieran. What would you say it represents? Things that were familiar to him, the village, his home, but these other shapes? I don't know. You could ask one of his classmates. They should be able to tell you more about it. They'll dance around the burrow, and around the burrow they'll sing, "It's cold inside as winter. Don't get too close, don't get too close, or else they'll pull you in." Yeah, the hole was made for me, dur dur dur. And here is a paper with black circles painted on it. I'm not allowed to take it with me. Oh, but I can open the desk. There is some kind of worm screw inside, the remains of an insect beside it, and some drawings engraved on the desk. I will take the drive with me. It may prove useful. So I have this little screw now. This is the door that was locked before that I couldn't go through. I'm just going to look around here again briefly. See if there's anything else I can do out by the graveyard, because there was a gate that I opened that I didn't go through. Empty doghouse. Worn out umbrella. Alright, I need to go talk to the kids who are the classmates, but first I'm going to go... All the villagers are gone. Check out in this area now that the villagers aren't here. As you can see, I've played this game a few times. Gods remain silent as the fog settles. We may look for the king beyond the clouds, but find the queen with the fiery crown. Cool. A poem. There's an artiste around here. Doesn't seem much else of interest here. So let's go to the hills and talk to the kids. Show them the art and see what they have to say about it. And actually, while I'm here, I'm just going to go get some mineral oil, because you never know when you might need some mineral oil, right? Wait, do I not use the screw for that? I thought we did. Oh well. Then I will come back later. I found this drawing at the school. Is it yours? That? No, Kieran painted it a long time ago. The drawing is Kieran's. There could be a clue here of his whereabouts. What about these buildings? Dunno, never seen them before. What's this? That's the burrow of the hill, that one up there, but you can't get too close. The crooked one sleeps at the bottom. Is this the village? Yes, and the Fearnug tree in the graveyard. That tree gives me the chill these nights. On reunion, they got them little lanterns on it and they look like evil eyes staring straight into you. What's this? That's the crooked one. They say a villager defied it and the next day her house was burnt to the ground. They say it was the crooked one paying her back. That's the house where Kieran found the treasure. Do you know how to get there? Hi, Zoe! Nice to see you! Thank you for stopping by. Sure, it's easy. Cool, that was easy. Alright, let's look for missing Kieran. Or rather, the house where Kieran found the treasure, I suppose. A wicker statue sporting a pair of animal horns. The twigs look fresh. I wouldn't worry about that. That's just a normal thing to have out here, huh? Let's go this way. There's a mailbox. The envelope is very old. It's stamped returned, and there's a letter inside. My dear cousin, I am doing poorly. I would ask that you not call upon me here at Islasmore, not now, nor ever again. Please keep grandmother's ring. I believe that she would have wanted you to have it. Yours faithfully, Brigid. There is something else in the envelope. An iron ring. The house is falling apart. I must tread with care. Cellar, cellar, spooky cellar. I think this basement might have once housed a library. It looks like it was not burned as badly as the rest of the house. Even so, little here remains intact. Remains of the book scorched by fire. Most of the pages are ashy or blackened, so the text is illegible. Common carpenter's brace used for drilling holes in wood. That's what we were looking for. An ornate chest, its inside untouched by the fire. It was probably opened long after the inferno died down. There's a diary inside. It's signed Brigid Laysand. Several pages towards the end are missing. 7th August, 1801. Words cannot express the gratitude that I feel for Aunt Mare's bequest. May her dear soul rest in peace. This house is just what I needed to still my nerves after the exhausting pace of life in Dublin. 10th September, 1801. I would not have thought to find such a remarkable library hidden away in the basement. It includes several magnificent tomes on the most picturesque customs of our land. 23rd September, 1801. I found Aunt Marie's diaries next to an odd iron disc, but the contents of the diaries were appalling. What could have happened that dear old Mary would write such things? The damnable place she speaks of, I must know if it really exists. I am resolved to investigate our family's crypt. It would be prudent to wait until dusk before traveling to the Northern Cape so as not to be seen. 25th September, 1801. The abbey was in such a state of decay that it was nearly impossible to find the mural painting in the dark. Fortunately, a dim light happened to shine through a gap in the wall, illuminating the face of the sentinel. I believe Aunt Mary's disc is needed to open the secret passage. 10th October, 1801. Is this the legacy of the Leidson? I can stand to bear it no longer. Fire will put an end to this blasphemy and cleanse the land of our family's curse, and should the fire prove insufficient, may this testimony serve as warning. Miss Leidson must have found something abhorrent in her family's crypt. If I could find out what it was, I may learn more about the Crone Maiden. My intuition tells me that I must act tonight, or else it will be too late. Signs that Kieran was, like, sleeping here for a bit. All right, found some interesting stuff. Nothing out that way. I wouldn't worry about that, would you? That's a normal thing. Another wicker statue. This must be the old abbey that Brigid Leidson described in her diary. Could the crone maiden be here? Brigid mentioned a dim light, but I see only darkness. That's because there's a lighthouse over here and it's not working. Well, nothing I can really do here without the dim light. Or the iron disc, actually. But we can now go get some mineral oil, not that we need it yet. Oh wait, I went to the wrong place. Oh, it's the hills, that's right. All right, I have mineral oil now. I don't know why I need it yet, but I do have it. Let's go check on the kids. Maybe they have more information. It's a drawing of some sort of spiked circle. Is it the sun or something else? They left their mask here. And there's a ribbon. I'll take the ribbon. Well, come on, dude. Maybe it went down instead? It looked like it just went off to the right, but you never know. Yeah, there it is. Remember I said earlier I thought I could go this way? It's funny what you remember, right? Oh, now I'm seeing the lighthouse not on the map or in the distance in the other place. Have a ribbon. Let's go to the lighthouse so that we can see if we can get the glimmer of light that's needed. Another wicker man, this one being hoisted up on a tree in a gruesome manner. Knock, knock, knock. No one's answering. Yep, no one's answering. Oh, a figure. Maybe I could make some sort of noise. It looked like it attracted someone's attention downstairs. Good evening. Would you happen to be the lighthouse keeper? My name is Wakefield. A stranger, and what would you want from me? I am a visitor to Isles Moor. This lighthouse caught my eye. And since it's dark, you thought it to be abandoned. Well, it's not. Even though I can barely see a thing, this is my house. Why is the lighthouse lamp not lit? Is that not dangerous for the ships? Do not let it concern you. Many years ago, the sea lanes were altered to avoid this coast. Now it's rare indeed to see a ship in these waters. After the accident, the lighthouse was never repaired. Was there a failure in the lamp's mechanism? Precisely that. One stormy afternoon, I suddenly heard a strong noise up in the light room. The clockwork mechanism had stopped working and the lamp was off. I'd never seen a failure like that. I could not get the lighthouse working again. You said you had an accident. What happened? I was checking the lenses because the failure looked so very strange and I was worried. All of a sudden, the light must have turned on. I was blinded and can see nothing but fleeting shapes ever since. And nobody else has tried to fix the lamp since? No, no one in the village is interested. For them, the more isolated Isles Moor is, the better. They do not care about ships or accidents, especially Lord Donnan. He sees anything coming from outside the island as a threat. I understand. Do you know anything about the disappearance of Lord Dunnan's son? A tragedy it was. A strange one, but a tragedy nonetheless. What was so strange about Kieran's disappearance? I just find it a bit suspicious that it happened so close to the reunion. It's too easy to be keeping secrets during the festival, being how everyone is afraid of leaving the village those nights. What do you mean? Look, folks here are too gullible. They'll do anything to protect themselves from their strange fears. They'll not eat corn nor drink milk, or they'll dig graves for their mirrors. And of course, they'll avoid standing near a fearnog too long because, though the fiends cannot touch the tree, they're attracted to the smell of its resin. But surely it's all nonsense. Look, it's really easy to prove it all wrong. Just don't follow the rituals. You're a stranger to our ways, but have you seen any of the things I've mentioned? Well, I did see a group of people in the village bearing mirrors. Exactly. What do you think would happen if you unburied those mirrors? That a band of goblins would come out of the marshes to steal them? Nothing but nonsense. What of Kieran's disappearance, then? Well, I'll admit I'm not sure what happened to the boy, but one thing I'm sure of, the Festival of Reunion is nothing but a farce, and it would be just so easy to prove it. Might I go upstairs and see the light room? Even though the lamp is off, I should like to take a view of the surrounding countryside. Well, I do not think you'll see anything really, but if you are so interested, yes, I guess you may. Thank you for the pleasant conversation. I must go. It's in a bit of a unfortunate shape around here. Battery is flat, so let's take it to see if we can recharge it. Right, so we've got several things to do, but not enough tools to do them with at this point. I'm pretty sure, based on time limit, that we'll only be finishing this section today and not going on to part 4, so we'll save the ending for another stream, by the way. Let's go to the village. to see if we can prove them wrong by unburying the mirrors, a thing that is normal to want and do and all of that. It's definitely possible to achieve. Come on. I'm not too sure about this. Yeah, why might you not be too sure about this, buddy? All right. What was that? The mirrors are completely shattered. Why would that masked man have done this? It seems to be heading east. This is, as you could tell from the vast amount of classical art, Lord Dunnan's. It's very old. We saw the way it went, but I'm just going to check the house first. Locked up tight. Nobody's home, it seems. That's normal, too. What can we use to fix the bicycle? The ring fits perfectly on the chain. I'm sorry to use Brigid's grandmother's ring in such a manner. Still, maybe now I can get the bicycle to work. Can't ride it safely, but the chain rotates. I'm hearing weird sounds. If I attach one of its cogs to the battery's dynamo, I might be able to provide it with a charge. I managed to charge the battery. Still can't fix the lighthouse, though. Because I need to have something to fix the crack first. The mill wheel, something's preventing it from spinning. I don't think there's anything I can do out here for that. I think I have to go inside. Oh, nope, this mechanism. There we go. Now the water wheel's working. That means that we'll have lights inside, I believe. An ornate lever is built into the wall. We'll go there in a second. I'm just looking at the dolls. Because this is a normal thing, and it's okay, and it's totally fine and normal and okay. Oh, here's the mask head. Here's whoever was wearing it. The stranger's mask is lying on the floor. Something's underneath. It's the iron disc. That must have been the treasure which Kieran recovered. I can hear something wandering in the dark. I can see a deformed shadow in there, writhing and fidgeting. I cannot get any closer. So we have found... We found Kieran. He's fine, obviously. He helped. He led us to this. This is his little playhouse that was out back of his father's place. I think we actually can fix the lighthouse now. Maybe the ribbon fits in? Yeah, I think maybe. Oh yeah, this is burning now too. Somebody's been following me. Also, the Roman statue is shattered on the ground. Alright, let's go to the lighthouse. Something is missing. Is the cog. Yeah, I can just jam the ribbon in. I forgot. To be fair, I don't think that one's really obvious. You're looking for an adhesive or something, right? Let's put the battery back. It'll only last for a few hours, but hey, that's not nothing. Hey, what do you think of what I did? You can hear it, right? Yeah. It cannot be. I never thought I'd hear the rhythm of my beloved lighthouse working again. You don't know how grateful I am. For years I've longed to hear those marvelous sounds. Memories of better times. All right. We have the iron disc. We've turned on the... Oh, yep, that one's on fire now, too. The rope gave way just as I passed. Can I have a big shout of normal in the chat? Normal! We've got another one here. Normie. Alright. So we have to... As you can see, when this goes by, there's a kind of figure made from the shadows. So we need to take a closer look. Come on. I have to click right as the thing goes by. The light has revealed a mural painting on the stones, just as it did for Brigid nearly a century ago. According to the diary, the light from the lighthouse revealed the eyes of the sentinel. I have to do it, click right as the light goes by each time. If I don't do it with the light there, it doesn't work. The hidden entrance is now open. What was that sound? Let's go find out. Yeah, of course that's what the sound was. A statue of the Madonna. Something's off. I can't tell what, though. The tunnel descends deep into the earth. Will I find the Laidson crypt at the bottom or something? Dear God, I am reeling. Kaufman, my friend, your faith in me was misplaced. I cannot. No, I will preserve. Some old pages lie haphazardly on the coffin lid. It is as though they had been dropped here from the upper hill long ago. They bear faint notes written in a trembling hand. Down in this unholy burrow, in the feared crone maiden, our worst nightmares crawl and die. Resting down here are the dauntless, those who dared to enter the lair of the snake and the bird. Each of those men and women crossed the path between. They walked through the mist to the other side where the ultimate truth screams in terror, and then they returned. These are my ancestors. Amongst the dead stones of the crone maiden lie the proud Laidson, reduced to something far worse than dust or ashes. Could that blasphemy in the coffin be Aunt Mary's true legacy? No, I shall not accept this fate for myself. Well, let's look. The engraving on the coffin is so badly eroded that the name is barely readable. Mary Laidson. It's a weird statue. Uh-oh. Oh, uh-oh. Uh-oh. Oh no. This is fine. This is fine. I wouldn't worry about it. Okay, it's dark. But I know I'm going to the left. Seekers of truth will sacrifice their wisdom. So open the way to where the fairnog blooms. Your offspring we welcome its hidden threat. Uh-oh. Only the light of your sign will carry its purge. Normal. Normal. Devitt? And that's the end of episode 3 of season 2. I am going to stop there today and do the season finale next time because I won't have time to do the season finale today. I've got something in about 15 minutes. But that's great because it will allow me to ask people, hey, if you watched this and you enjoyed this, please leave a comment suggesting either Devitt or Wakefield. You have to pick one, put it in the comments of the video on YouTube. And I will take that into consideration in the season finale. Again, either put in Wakefield's name or Devitt, and I will count them up. Or if we don't get any, that's fine, and I will simply go with my own gut. Obviously, what I mean is if we don't get any before I record. So thank you all for watching. People who joined the stream, thank you so much. It was so great to play this with you. It's so fun to play with people around to hang out with. Yeah. I hope to see you all again for the next one. I will try to let people know in advance, maybe even schedule in advance next time for the finale. And it's been great. Put it in the YouTube thing in the comments so I can see it later. Okay, Diane? I love you all. Have a great rest of your night. Don't get yourself shut in any weird crypts, and watch out for the screaming darkness of the utmost of horror. Okay, bye!